Hello everyone, welcome back to the Easy and Basic Mathematics channel. Our today's topic is dividing fractions. Let's start with question 1. We have 2/3 divided by 4/3. In division, we write the first fraction as it is, and we change the sign from division to multiplications, and then for the second fraction, we take the reciprocal. We change the fraction, flip it over. So it was 4/3, now it's 3/4. Now we have a multiplication, which is easy. We just times the numerator first, and then we times the denominators. So 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 4 is 12. So both top and bottom is divisible by 6. 6 goes into 6 once, 12 goes into 6 twice. So our solution is a half. Moving on to question 2, we have 1/4 divided by 5/2. Again, we keep the first fraction as it is. We change the sign from division to multiplications. We take the reciprocal of the second fraction. It's 5/2. We write as 2/5. And now we go multiplications. We times the numerators first, and then the denominators. So 1 times 2 is 2. 4 times 5 is 20. Now top and bottom is divisible by 2. 2 goes into 2 once, 20 goes into 2 10 times. So our solution is 1/10. Let's move on to question 3. We have a half divided by 3/2. In division, we keep the first fraction as it is. We change the division sign into multiplications. And for the second fraction, we take the reciprocal of it. We take the reciprocal of 3/2, which is 2/3. And now we go multiplication, which we times the numerator first, and then the denominators. So 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 3 is 6. Top and bottom is divisible by 2, so 2 goes into 2 once, and 3 goes into 2 3 times. So the solution is 1/3. Moving on to question 4, we got 1/5 divided by 6/2. So again, we keep the first fraction as it is, 1/5. We change the division sign into multiplication. We take the reciprocal of the second fraction, 6/2, which we write as 2/6. Now we times our numerator first. 1 times 2 is 2, and then we times our denominator second. So 5 times 6 is 30. Now top and bottom is divisible by 2. 2 goes into 2 once. 30 goes into 2 15 times. So our solution is 1/15. Let's move on to question 5. We have 1/6 divided by 5/3. In division, we keep the first fraction as it is. We change the division sign into multiplications, and we take the reciprocal of the second fraction. So it's 5/3. We write as 3/5. Now we go multiplications. So we times the numerator first. 1 times 3 is 3, and then we times the denominators. 6 times 5 is 30. Top and bottom is divisible by 3. 3 goes into 3 once. 30 goes into 3 10 times. So our solution is 1/10. Moving on to question 6, we have 1/7 divided by 4/2. Again, we keep the first fraction as it is, 1/7. We change the division sign into multiplication. We take the reciprocal of the second fraction, 4/2. We write down as 2/4. Now we got a multiplication fraction. We times the numerator first. 1 times 2 is 2, and we times the denominators. 7 times 4 is 28. Now top and bottom is divisible by 2. 2 goes into 2 once. 28 goes into 2 14 times. So 2 goes into 2 once, and then 8 goes into 2 4 times. So our solution is 1 over 14. Let's move on to question 7. We have 2 over 5 divided by 5 over 3. In division, we keep the first fraction as it is, 2 over 5. We change the division sign into multiplications. And for the second fraction, we take the reciprocal. We have 5 over 3, we write it down as a 3 over 5. We just flip it over. Now we have a multiplication. We times our numerator first. 2 times 3 is 6. And then we times our denominator second. So 5 times 5 is 25. So our solution is 6 over 25. Moving on to question 8. We have 3/4 divided by 3 over 2. Again, we keep the first fraction as it is, 3 over 4 or 3/4. We change the division sign into multiplications, and we take the reciprocal of the second fraction, 3 over 2. We flip it over to write down as a 2 over 3, or 2/3. Now we have a multiplication. We times our numerator first. 3 times 2 is 6, and then we times our denominators. 4 times 3 is 12. Top and bottom is divisible by 6. 6 goes into 6 once, and 12 goes into 6 twice. So our solution is a half. Let's move on to question 9. We have 4 over 5 divided by 4 over 9. In division, again, we keep the first fraction as it is, 4 over 5. We change the division sign into multiplication. We take the reciprocal of the second fraction. We flip it over. It's 4 over 9. We write down as a 9 over 4. Now, we don't want a bigger fraction here. So what we can do, we can cancel this 4 and 4. So 4 goes into 4 once. 4 goes into 4 once. So now we times our numerators. 1 times 9 is 9. And 5 times 1 is 5. This is an improper fraction. We want to write it down as a mixed fraction. So it's a 1 and 4 over 5. So our solution is 1 and 4 over 5. Let's move on to our last question. We have 3 over 7 divided by 2/3. Again, we keep the first fraction as it is, 3 over 7. We change the division sign into multiplication. We take the reciprocal of the second fraction. We flip it over. It's 2 over 3. Now is a 3 over 2. Now we times our numerators first. 3 times 3 is 9. And then we times our denominators. So 7 times 2 is 14. So our solution is 9 over 14. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos.